Today we got a Luke Combs song. We're going to do an easy version of Forever After All. Stick around.
I got a 30 pack out in the back. I'm going to tip to the...
Alright, so we're going to get started on this one. We're going to start out with the guitar. This is standard tuned. We're going to capo up to 5 on this one. And I'm going to break this one down a little bit in sections because there's some variations in the parts. Little tail ends of things are a little bit different and things like that. But not an incredibly difficult song. So when it starts out, you're just going to start out on the C. A C add 9 I'm going to use here. I'm going to use this kind of chord progression, keeping it together because it is one of them songs that's got the C add 9, G, E minor, D, where you kind of just keep everything barred on here. So it's got sections of that. It's got sections of a few other things, but the beginning of it goes a little something like this. So that's what it does on the intro and in through the first part of the first verse. The tail end of the verse, I just showed you the intro and then in through the good portion of the verse. And then coming out the back half of the verse, just as it builds into the chorus, there is a little bit of a change there where he goes into the part where he says, when the new wears off. When he gets into that part, he's going to go to an A minor. So he gets to that part when... he says when the new wears off, and it goes like this. Alright, so what you got there is it does an A minor to a G to a C, an A minor to the G to the C to the D. Just ain't nothing lasts forever. Alright, then as we get into the chorus, in the last section I showed you that you're going to kind of start on the C coming into the chorus. So you're going to start on the C, you're going to go into it like this. So what you got going on there is in the beginning of the chorus, you start on that C add 9. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together. Now that part right there, you're going to go from that C to the G, and then you're going to walk down that G just on the top string. You're just going to walk it down on the top string. So it goes... They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together. And then you go into the E minor. I like to walk that down because it just adds, it's in the song. I mean, you can hear it very prevalently in the song, but it also just breaks it up a little bit and gives you a little bit more style playing it. And it's just a nicer feel and just feels like a nicer transition. So when you walk that down, you walk it into that E minor. start it back over on the D. That's your last chord, and then you go back. C, to G, walk it down, E minor, to D. And then at the end of the chorus, when there's a little bit of a breakdown at the back end of the chorus, the last two lines of the chorus, it's going to go back to C from here, and it's going to stick there, and it's going to go back and forth between the C and the D. So it does these two parts, the two parts I showed you twice, and then it does that tail end twice. So the tail end is just... Then from there it's back to the intro riff. And the only other section of the song that you're going to have is the solo section. And the solo section goes through a little bit of a different order for the chord progression. It comes out of this tail end of the chorus, from the C and the D, C, D, the back and forth. So I'll play that and I'll go into the transition into the solo. Because the solo starts out on an E minor, but it kind of all flows together. So I'll do the tail end of the chorus, and then we'll get into the solo section. A second song. This ain't nothing lasts forever after all. E minor, C, to the G. So that's what you play through the solo section, and then it comes out of that and it gets right back into a chorus. So there's a few chords in this song, but nothing too difficult, and even if you're a beginner, you probably know a lot of these chords. If not, I've got a thing up here for reading chord charts. You could check that out. And there's tons of resources online for chord charts to just look up certain chords. If you don't know these ones, you should know these ones though, even if you're a pretty new player. With the different parts and whatnot, it may take a few more times of running it with the record, playing it and playing along and trying to hear where all your different parts go. Because you got some tails of things that are a little bit different. Your solo section is a different chord progression. Same chords, but just a different order, basically. But nothing terribly difficult. So, if you like this song, you should be jamming along with this one in no time. So, if you guys would, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn the notifications on. We got a ton more coming back for you guys. And until then, I'll catch you down the road.